Hello guys, welcome back once again to this YouTube channel. I know that this Bola Tinubu's record that the FBI and the other agencies in the United States are holding is something that they will continuously use against him, and whenever they want to manipulate him, or probably whenever they want to control him, they will always, threaten and do a lot of things with it. Remember during the 2023 presidential election, David Hundeyin and a lot of people, is subpoenaed for these particular records to be released. Tinubu has a lot of records with the FBI, especially, he forfeited $460,000 because they were proceeds of drug trafficking in the United States of America. And the FBI has all the activities and why he forfeited it and his involvement, or probably the role he played in that particular case and all that. And this is what, a lot of people want to know. If Nigeria was really a transparent country, before you become a president and you have such case, of course, such cases must actually be addressed before you can even be sworn in. Remember what happened? The US, when they were asked to release this man being Bola Tinubu's record that the FBI and other agencies and other law agencies in the United States have, they decided to redact the name of Bola Tinubu, meaning anywhere in the record that Bola Tinubu's name is being displayed, they will actually cover it, and they will not specify that it is Bola Tinubu. Remember, it was Bola Tinubu that opposed it after the United States, gave the go-ahead order under the Freedom of Information FOIA, the order the Freedom of Information, Act, that Bola Tinubu's record must be released to the public, since he is no longer a private citizen. He's the president of Nigeria and is now a public citizen. That means nothing about him should be made public. Remember, Bola Tinubu opposed to the release of his academic records. He now opposed to the release of all the records that FBI and other law agencies in the United States are holding against him. And now the United States of America has opened a fresh file, as a matter of fact, in order to release all these hidden records and all the files of Bola Tinubu that is with the FBI and all that. Remember, a lot of people are asking, why is Bola Tinubu fighting against, if he has a clean record? Of course, if you have nothing to fear, you wouldn't be afraid of the FBI releasing your record. But if there is something that is you are hiding under the cupboard, that is the only time you'll be fighting tooth and nail. Bola Tinubu has spent money, hired lawyers to ensure that the United States of America does not release the records that they have with FBI and other agencies within the country. And people are wondering, what is this man hiding? Remember, that was how he wanted to prevent his academic records from being released. At the end of the day, when the academic records were released, it was not discovered that he went to the United States and told them that he attended Government College of Lagos in 1970, which turned out to be a lie. He never attended the school. He never attended the secondary school. Only for the secondary school was only created in 1974. And it was when they released this document, that was when Nigeria now realized that this particular man lied. Until today, nobody has addressed this particular matter. Till today, nobody has asked him when he was asked, when his age were asked, he said it does not matter. How does it matter that the so-called president of this country will go to the United States and tell them that he attended the school when he did not even attend the school? When he did not even attend the school. Well, I'm not going to waste your time. Let me show you what the United States, are planning to do recently. As a question, they said that the United States court fixes a new date on motion to release Tinubu's records with FBI, CIA, and others. Now, after Bola Tinubu succeeded last year in preventing the United States from, including his name in the criminal records that were released, or the records that are being released from FBI, the United States have actually, taken a U-turn to fix a new date for the motion to release Tinubu's records with the FBI and all that. They said, as a question, they said that the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. has fixed a new date to advance a motion to release or withhold President Bola Tinubu's records by its security agencies, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. They said in 2022, anti-corruption campaigner being Aaron Greenspan teamed up with Nigerian journalist being David Hundeyin to submit a FOIA, being the Freedom of Information Act, request for the FBI to turn over Mr. Tinubu's case files under their control, particularly his role in a narcotics trafficking ordeal that had him forfeit $460,000 to the United States government in 1993. They said that the files were also expected to clarify decades-long controversy regarding Mr. Tinubu's background, including the name, age, and gender under which he entered the United States. These are part of the things that this particular case was supposed to review: the name, the age, and the gender through which he entered the United States. Remember, in some of the document that Bola Tinubu, in some of Bola Tinubu's document that was released, there is a place where his gender was seen as female, and there is a place where his date of birth, read something different from his date of birth. And these are the controversies and discrepancies that people want to verify. We cannot have a president that we don't know who he is. That is why within that particular period, P2B said something, told him that he should reintroduce himself again to Nigerians so that Nigerians will know who he is or probably know his true identity. So these were what this particular case was trying to, review until Bola Tinubu, made the case to go and block it. They said last September, the FBI granted Mr. Greenspan's request to release Mr. Tinubu's records, numbered 2,500 pages, which the agency said would be released in monthly batches of 500 pages and then scheduled for October 2023. But Mr. Tinubu fiercely insisted that the move but Mr. Tinubu fiercely resisted the move as he pleaded with the court that he would be adversely affected should the files be released in the public domain. You could imagine that Bola Tinubu said that he will be adversely affected if his own files are being released. What is he hiding? If you have nothing to fear, if your records are clean, of course, it will never have any adverse effect on you. But if your records are dirty and bad, that means you should be scared of something. So that is why a lot of people wonder, what is he even scared of? They said Mr. Greenspan's effort to expedite the release of the FBI files before the Nigerian Supreme Court could pass a judgment on the electoral dispute challenging Mr. Tinubu's victory were unsuccessful. Remember, Greenspan wanted to get these records of Bola Tinubu from FBI so that he can equally help and submit it to the Supreme Court before the Supreme Court quickly rushed and gave Tinubu the victory so that this document will not indict him, or if in case it comes out negative. Now, they said Judge Bell Howell had in November 2023 allowed Mr. Tinubu to intervene and oppose his records from being released, saying he had the right to protect his interests, given his claim that he would be adversely affected. But on Thursday, June 6, recently, Miss Howell asked the opposing parties, being Messrs. Greenspan and Tinubu, to submit a joint status report latest September 3rd in furtherance of this particular case. After the court granted Tinubu his request last year and prevented the FBI from releasing his own records and from and redacting his name, recently the court now had a new judgment and said that the opposing party, being Greenspan, and Bola Tinubu, are to submit a joint status report, which is latest on September 3rd of this year in furtherance of this particular matter. They said that upon the consideration of the parties' joint status report, directing the parties to submit another joint report or joint status report by September 3rd, 2024, advising the court whether any disputes remain between the parties, and if so, proposing a schedule to govern further proceedings. Mrs. Howell said on Thursday. That means there will be an ongoing court case again concerning this particular matter to get to its last bus stop. I know we need to know what Bola Tinubu is hiding. Of course, you are the president. Of course, if your hands are clean, before you can become the president, you should have a clean record. That is what the constitution of the Nigeria of the country stipulates. So saying that you'll be adversely affected and trying to fight against the release of your records in the United States shows that there is something that probably you are hiding, which is not good, and which is a Nigerian should actually have a right to know who is actually governing them and probably the past history of the person governing them. When a lot of Nigerians saw what this particular news that Bola Tinubu, the US have actually set a new date over his records and all that with the FBI. Nigeria started commenting. This person said something. This person said, someone should tell them to wrap it up. We don't need that information anymore. It's obvious who runs the court today. This person saying that we don't need the evidence again. That when we needed the evidence, they did not supply us. And again, we know who runs Nigerian court. Nigerian court, which we describe as cash and carry. Go there with your money and you get your judgment you want. So this person said, we don't even need it. When we needed it, they did not supply it as soon as possible. This other person said, why is Tinubu against the release of this document? That is an important question that a lot of people should be asking. Why is your president, your so-called president, scared of the release of these documents? If his hands are clean, if he did a new job in the United States of America, of course, you shouldn't be scared of his record being released. This other person said, I'm not saying they shouldn't release it though. In fact, I want them to. But the fact of the matter is, releasing it will have zero impact on his presidency. Nigeria has validated his election, and they will complete the remaining 7 year sentence. Simple as that. Well, this other person said, impeachment loading. Only thing that can save Tinubu now is regional government. Senate should pass the bill immediately. So that person said that probably he believed that there is something indicting that they will see on Bola Tinubu's record, and he advised Bola Tinubu to return to regional democracy so that Tinubu will not be, actually be impeached before probably these records will be released that might actually indict him and all that. This person is actually being, optimistic that there is something that will indict Bola Tinubu in those records. Why this other person said something? This person said, okay, that's the last from the comments of some of the Nigerians. So the most important thing is, what is our so-called president hiding? If your hands are clean, of course, you shouldn't hide anything. Of course, you shouldn't hide anything. You should be proud of your record. You should be proud of everything you did in the United States of America. You should be proud of all the activities you carried out there. Well, I'll keep you guys posted concerning this update and when next they are going to sit in court concerning this particular matter of Balame Tinubu's records with the FBI. I want you guys to drop your comments, share this video, make it go viral, and ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell.